Let's go.
All right, man. Today we have Simão Lameiro with us in the house. I follow you for a while. I enjoy your stuff, high energy. You're not afraid to speak the truth.
Yeah,
You do brutal workouts. I love it, man. How are you, brother?
I'm very tired. Currently trying to push my last condition for maybe another competition, so I'm really exhausted to say the least.
Wow. How far out are you for the next one?
Um, I don't know. I still probably like 16 days out. Yeah,
Oh, so
I will
you're
still
getting,
see.
you're approaching, you're getting close to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, I have to push condition.
I have to congratulate you first off because I saw you posted you joined that competition and you wiped out everything. You got like the five categories. You wiped everything out. Good for you,
Yeah,
brother.
it's just a regional show. It's nothing
It's
big.
good, man. Like it's something very to be proud of, man.
Yeah, sure.
Plus,
Like I'm proud of the work that I've done. Like I only prepped for 5 weeks. It was a very spontaneous
yeah.
decision. I did
Mm.
my best. I really pushed hard, so I'm also very dead because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm proud of the work that I put in because I could not have possibly put it anything more. But yeah, it can always be better, and for sure I have to bring conditioning if I want to be competitive. But I for sure need more size if I want to win a pro card maybe next year or in 2 years.
I don't know, man. Looking at it from the outside, obviously I don't have the professional eye that you guys do.
Yeah,
Your
no, because
quads,
no,
holy.
because like what you saw was a regional show. Like the pro qualifiers right now, the level that you have is like really elevated. Like people have no clue. All hard right now is, especially on my category, is the heaviest one. So it's over 102.
Mhm.
And most people are winning pro cards at like 160. It's the weight doesn't really matter, but like they are all older and they are all looking for the pro cards for a while. Like it was just the Spain one, the Portugal one, and you see people winning that are already very experienced. People
Yeah.
that could already been pros like 2 years ago, maybe.
How old are you right now?
I just turned 25 actually.
What? And you already have a physique like that? Holy.
You
Before you
can
know
always
it,
be bigger.
yeah, I know. I saw you went on that tour, talking to like Renat Kariani and Kettler. And everyone was telling you, man, for sure this year you're gonna get it. And with faith in God, I believe it, man.
No, those guys, like, it was only Cariani, and because Cariani lives in another world, literally. Like in Brazil, I guess it's a little bit different. But all of the guys from Europe, they know the level that we have over here. It's really hard. It's really hard, and again, it's just a matter of size. It's a matter of time and keep showing
Yeah.
up. It's quite hard, but it has to be done.
Hey, good for you, man. Let's get to more or less like the beginning of everything. Where were you born?
I was born in Portugal, Leiria.
Leiria.
Um,
I'm from
yeah,
Leiria.
yeah,
Yeah, man. So
great.
you don't know this because you were a baby at the time, or you weren't even born. Like one of the first old school gyms in Leiria was Corp Total. It
Yeah,
was run.
I've heard. Yeah, I've
It
heard
was run
about it.
by Marco at the time. He was like the first generation of like the
You
big
you
guys.
know, you know. I guess this guy. I met him at FIBO this year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
He told me all about it. It's a very nice guy. He's already like
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
50s.
It wasn't a big gym, like it was how the conventional gyms back in the day were in Portugal. They were smaller, more old school, more like dungeon style. I knew about it because I used to train a martial art there at the time. I was only 14. So he was that first generation. And then I came along like in the next generation, I was a bit, but at the time, like we weren't competing. It wasn't like today's so many shows. And
Yeah,
yeah, and at the time, you know how it was is people just wanted to lift heavy and see them growing on the weight scale.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but good to know, man. Good to so where exactly in Lydia, more or less?
Casal dos Matos.
Casal Matos. Nice, nice. Good for you, man. I'm happy to know that. See, you're a local guy for me. Good
Yeah,
stuff. Okay, so and when you were coming up in school, you did school in Lydia, no?
yeah. I did in the colégio, the private school.
And what kind of a student were you? Like
Oh, I was the student that could not give two fucks about school. I hated
yeah,
every single subject. I was forced to study by my parents, but I really hated everything. I am quite smart, so if I studied, I could get normal grades. But because I did not pay attention in class, I did not do my homework, I did not study for the tests, I just literally did the bare minimum to pass. That was it.
Yeah.
That's what I've done.
And were you always into sports too?
Yeah, I grew up doing ballet from a very young age, so I did ballet
Yeah.
first. I did a lot of sports professionally. I did hockey for long years. I wanted to be a professional hockey player. Then, once my hockey career was over because I was breaking too many bones, and my mother didn't want me to break so many
Yeah,
bones,
for sure.
I switched to athletics where I did high, like jump with a pole vaulting.
Oh,
That's it.
oh wow. Oh wow.
So I competed also in the national team of pole vaulting. So I did athletics for a while. That was my modality. But
Yeah.
then I ended up moving to Lisbon for a quick change of careers again for classical music, and I ended up stopped doing sport. But I did swimming. I did a lot of sports growing up for real.
And you got into music, eh?
Yeah, both of my parents are musicians. I grew up doing both things. So there came to a time where the hockey thing didn't work because my
Yeah.
mother didn't want me to break bones.
Yeah.
And it was on the time where you have to choose what you want to do at school. Like, when you go to the 10th grade and you have to
Yeah, yeah,
decide
you
what
gotta
you want.
pick. Yeah.
Exactly. So the only thing that I have, because again, I could not see myself doing anything in life besides sport or music, then I went to the Conservatório Nacional, so it's the classic music school in Lisbon. So I started living alone quite early, like with my 14, 15. I went to Lisbon to live and study music there on the Conservatoire.
Wow. Impressive, so active, so young, man.
Yeah, got out of the house quite young. Not the best for my mother to be in peace, but it
Yeah.
really helped me to grow up faster. It
Yes, it does.
allowed me to make my own mistakes, to learn a lot, and that's why I'm the person I guess that I am today at such a young age. Because yeah, I've lived a lot already.
Yeah, a lot of resilience, it builds up a character for sure. At what point did you move to Germany?
Uh, when I was 18, 19 was when I went to university. So I first I wanted to study music professionally. I tried to apply when I finished my conservatoire years, but I like the inscriptions are so hard. I only could apply for one school in Germany, so I did not get in because it's very hard to get in. So I actually was in the Politecnico in Leiria, in Lisbon, in Esmel, to prepare to try to get in again in Germany. And I did many admissions in Hanover, Leipzig, in Cologne. So once I did 1 year in the University of Music in Lisbon, I went to Cologne to study music as well on the University of Music and Dance.
So when you moved to Germany, like what have you been doing in Germany?
Studying
Like for
music?
work?
I was studying. I
You
came
were
to study
studying, right?
music.
Yeah. And at
Yeah.
what point did you transition to like a because then you became a personal trainer. You started working at a gym, I think, right?
Yeah, like that was after the first year of university when COVID hit.
Mhm.
Then we went back home. So I went back to Portugal because everything was closed basically.
Yeah.
And because of that, I arrived to Portugal and I started realizing I'm out of shape for the first time in my life, and that music was kind of starting to become a very big pressure, like on this high level of classical musician, you have always to be on your top tier level, like always under pressure, and I really did not enjoy that. So I started working out at home just like everybody because we were closed and we need to move. And from there on I started like slowly building. I came back to Germany to continue university after COVID, and I joined the gym when they opened for the first time. So this was my first time joining a gym
Yeah.
in like 2020, I guess. And after that, it was just like more obvious to me that I did not want to pursue music and I wanted to pursue sport. I did not know
Yeah.
what it was. So
Yeah.
I ended up telling my family I will quit my music university. I will try to find a job in here to sustain myself, and I
Yeah.
will try to make something happen and study something related with sport.
And how was why Germany?
It's one of the best countries to study music in the world. Like you have all of the big composers, like I don't know if you know Mozart,
Yeah, yeah,
Beethoven,
yeah, yeah.
Bach. Like they are all from Germany. Like Germany is one of the biggest cities in the whole world of classical music and one of the most competitive as well.
Interesting stuff. So you always have something to fall back on. You always got the music.
Like to be honest, I haven't played since I quitted the university. Like I really like I do enjoy it, but I haven't been in contact with it at least as much as I would like to be. But again, I don't have time for it anymore, and it's kind of a trauma for me. You know, I was kind of traumatized.
So then, what was it, or who was it that inspired you to start bodybuilding?
No one. I just when I started working out at home, I just always had the goal like, oh, I need to get big. That was it from
Yeah,
the first moment. Like first, I wanted to lose fat, like
yeah.
everybody. And then from that moment on, I just, yeah, I want to get big. And that's one thing led to another. And I entered the gym and I wanted to get bigger. And then I wanted to compete in a natural bodybuilding show. And I just wanted to get bigger. That's it.
But were you growing up or something? Did you always like to see like those muscular action heroes or stuff like that?
No,
No.
I actually never followed bodybuilding or muscle physiques. I actually remember seeing a bodybuilding show and finding it completely disgusting when I was young.
Yeah.
So I remember watching one show and asking like, "Bro, what the fuck is this? Like, this is completely disgusting. What are they doing?" So I was never in contact with the sport. I was never in contact with the muscles or bodybuilding or anything from that part. Like I did it again. I did ballet. I did hockey, but
Yeah.
nothing related to gym or something like that.
So it's really impressive what you've managed to build in 5, 6 years, man, on your physique. Really impressive. What
Thanks.
you've since you've been around Germany and some of the biggest gyms and in Portugal, what would you say is the biggest difference between the gym culture, like between Germany and Portugal?
I can always not tell you too much because I haven't lived in Portugal since I started going to the gym, you know?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I can really not tell you because I'm not in Portugal enough to tell you this. Like in Portugal, you have less quality gyms.
Yeah.
In Germany, it's easier to find like an old school bodybuilding gym. We are also a small country, so it's very hard to find these type of old school gyms. So the only thing that I find is that it's very easy to go to a city in Germany and find like a good bodybuilding gym. And in Portugal, right now it's a little bit easier, but it's still not an old school bodybuilding gym. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
a new bodybuilding gym, you know?
And because now, like, if we were to have this conversation like 20 years ago, bodybuilding mostly was like the open category, you know? But now there's so many like the classic, the shorts, the physique, whatever. So you wanted to grow. So that's what inspired you to compete in like more of an open category, right? You wanted like the bigger guys.
Yeah, I told myself I was going to turn pro in classic actually first.
Yeah.
But then I started seeing myself growing and I was just like, yeah, like I just want to grow. I just want to get big.
Yeah.
And because I grew is like if I did not have the results that I had, maybe I would be competing classic. But because I grew so much in the last 2.5 years that I started taking steroids, like if I would have to go on stage in classic right now, I would have to be 94 kilograms. It would be
Yeah.
doable. Like I'm
Yeah.
104.5 right now,
Mhm.
but I would have to lose a lot of muscle. So again, like I don't see my future in classic also because of my structure. I don't have a classic structure. So yeah, why would I compete in classic? Basically, it was never like in the beginning it was, but when I
Yeah.
saw my physique develop, I just saw like this is not a future
Yeah.
classic physique, you
I
know?
get it. You saw how your natural physique builds, so it's more an open category. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
What's a downside that like of being with your structure like that size? What is a downside of it that a lot of bodybuilders don't talk about? Like some inconveniences.
Bro, there's so many like, and I'm not even that big.
No,
I
I
can I cannot
yeah.
even start to enumerate like you are just an obese person. That's it. You suffer the same struggles as an obese person. There's nothing less, nothing more. You know, you when you are bulking, like you cannot walk without having lower back pain. You struggle to breathe, you struggle to find shoes that fits, you struggle to be outside the whole day standing because your feet are killing you and you are holding water in your legs. And again, this can be made in a healthier way,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there is no way you are going to be a open bodybuilding
Oh,
and manage a normal balanced lifestyle. There's not such a thing, you know. Like open bodybuilders, like people don't
an
want to
extreme
acknowledge.
sport.
Yeah, yeah, open bodybuilders, they just eat, they go to the gym, and they stay at home, you know? They don't do
Yeah,
normal life shit.
yeah.
If they do, it's just very small stuff. They don't do your normal, like, they just live for bodybuilding. If I want to go for a 5 kilometer walk with my girlfriend or 10 I like, it's very hard for me to do
Hard.
it, you know?
I believe it. I believe it. Well, you're one of the Portuguese uh influencers like in the space of fitness that talks very open about PEDs and stuff like that. Why you decided to go on that approach, and I appreciate it because I appreciate the openness. But like most don't, what inspired you to say, you know what, I'm going to tell the truth?
Like, there is nobody in Portugal doing it.
I know that's
And
what I'm saying. I
and
love it.
I always find it such an interesting topic because it's another sport. Like there is natural bodybuilding,
Yeah, yeah,
and then is there are not natural bodybuilding. It's like the whole world of pharmacology. It's so interesting to understand. It's like you are studying to be a doctor, you know? You have
for
to
sure.
understand so much about the mechanics of things, how do they work, what are the mechanisms, and I find this fascinating. Like right now I'm prepping, you have to understand thyroid medication, you have to understand whatever, like estrogen management, cortisol or prolactin management, and this is something that I find super interesting to talk about because everybody talks about it besides in Portugal. I
Yeah, I know.
understand there is something that is not legal to do, but
Yeah,
it's not illegal to talk. And I find that if we can have somebody in Portugal like really being open and honest about what it's like to be trying to be a professional bodybuilder, it open a little bit the eyes because again, a lot of people look at C Bum, Chris Bumstead, you
yeah,
know, and they just see this magnificent guy and whatever. They have no clue that he suffers exactly the same thing as I talk to people. He suffered from lung infections, like infections that are serious. He was in the hospital. He has kidney issues. He has heart issues. Like all of these happens to bodybuilders, but people just see the good side because why would people expose themselves
yeah,
and
yeah.
talk and put themselves in a situation of being so heavily criticized because this is already a sport that is very hard to understand. From the moment I'm telling people I'm in the hospital or I have high blood pressure and my eye is completely full of blood because I have high blood pressure because of taking too much trembolone, people will completely tear you apart and you have to deal with this criticism, you know? Like I have to deal with it. And
Yeah,
if I could choose not to deal with it, yeah, I would, but it's reality. And
yeah.
I guess people just also need to have a reality check sometimes. It's my life, it's what I want to do, and maybe I will die. And yeah, okay, I will die. It was my choice. Like, live your life, I will live mine. I'm
The
not
only
hurting anybody directly. You know, how many offers do I have to sell steroids and peptides? Like,
I
it's
believe it.
almost as much as casinos. I don't do casinos. I don't have my name associated with any peptides or any steroids. I could so easily make shit ton of money selling steroids to kids and people that write me every day. Like I'm not doing that. You know, my mind is completely like in peace. I am in peace, you know? So from that
Mhm.
moment on that I'm just sharing what I'm going through, I have no problem because I'm not affecting anyone besides telling the truth. And
Yeah,
if the
yeah,
truth hurts, then I'm sorry, bro. Like
yeah.
it's
It is
just
what
to
it
be
is.
honest.
That's it. The only thing I get concerned sometimes because you see it a little bit trendy. People were always dying back in the day too, of course. But like when you would see pictures of like Arnold's era, like even when he was competing, then there would be off season and he would lose a lot of muscle. And then they would have a photo shoot for magazines, they would get back on. And then they would have two competitions a year, they would get back on. But they were off more often. Now with the whole influencer social media thing, these guys got to be posting every day, 365 days a year. So they're always on. So there has to be a little bit of a fine balance. And they got to be checking themselves up with the doctors to make sure everything's okay.
There is a difference between influencers and bodybuilders because if you want to be a super heavyweight bodybuilder, you cannot take too much time off gear. Like that's not a thing,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
for holding your size, for a bodybuilder to hold their size, what you call like maintenance or like
Yeah.
taking off gear, you are
Yeah.
running a gram of test. You are running a
Yeah.
gram of test. This is a
Yeah.
hold on maintenance phase, a 1 gram of test, you know?
Yeah.
So this is reality. For an open bodybuilder, you don't, oh, now I'm chilling a little bit. They're chilling a little bit is taking a gram of test. That's the reality for them to hold their size. And then when they go for 2, 3, 4 grams of gear, maybe more. Some people take more, some people take less, of course. But this is open bodybuilding. Like Instagram, it's other things. You know, like it's
Yeah.
nothing to for me. It's very different one thing to the other.
For sure. How often do you do checkups?
I try to do blood work every 3 months or um every time that I feel like something is not right. In here, it's quite easy. It's just expensive. I just have to go to a clinic. I don't have to say anything. I just show up. I tell them what I want. They do the blood work and then they send me the next step. So it's just as
Okay.
that.
Nice.
Heart things and kidneys and so on. I try to do it once a year.
Okay. So you're always on top of yourself. Good for you, brother. Good stuff.
Like I try to be like my right kidney is not working 100%, so I always have to pay a little bit of attention to that. So yeah.
In a sport of so many calculations from like pills and counting the grams of rice, wi- like you're saying, you're about to compete soon again. How do you manage to keep the beast mode alive to push through this?
Oh, I don't like. Trust me,
All right.
it's a battle of doing what you can't do. Teaches you, sorry,
Yeah.
teaches
No,
you
that's good.
so much because this is not a normal period. This is a period where you don't have energy, you feel lethargic, you cannot sleep because of high cortisol, and it has taught me that I have to do shit when I don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
And there is no beast mode. There is somebody that is dead. And for me, it's overwhelming when I have to train. Sometimes I know I have to train hard and I don't have the energy. I just start crying. I start crying in the middle of my training because I know I don't physically have the energy to push anything. I run stupid amount of caffeine to try to wake up. I'm also running stimulants. So yeah, I try to do my best. It's also not healthy at all, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
what it is. But it's not about the energy, it's just about doing. Like do
Getting
it.
it done.
Yeah, yes, you have to get it done.
Interesting. 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 I've seen you've reacted to YouTubers like Window and Made and stuff like that. What is the number one thing you see, like a mistake that people make in Portugal when they're trying to build more muscle density?
Oh, there's so many mistakes that people do, but I guess the first one is like the lack of knowledge. That's it. They just lack knowledge. If you lack knowledge, it's just like you're trying to get into a market and you want to invest money and you have done zero research and then you just put your money, whatever the fuck, on a fucking meme coin, you know? Like you cannot be surprised that you lost all of your money. You just
Yeah, yeah.
go to a site and then find the first meme coin, and then oh wait, the meme coin is going to be amazing. You're going to win a shit ton of money. I put all my money there and then you lose it. The same thing. People don't. They are not informed about eating. They are not informed about training, and then they are not consistent about both. That's as easy as it gets. It's not harder than that.
Good advice. So obviously you've been on high calorie diets, you've been on brutal diets to lose weight. What is like a sweet spot you would say for like a, an 18, 20-year-old kid who's a lean physique but wants to bulk up a little bit? What's the sweet spot for like so he won't mess up his metabolism?
Um, like it's like to gain weight. You mean?
Yeah, like to gain a little bit of muscle frame.
Yeah, first of all, you have to analyze like if you have a high body fat, there is no need to gain weight anyway.
Yeah.
So, my goal would be always like most people try to do it way too fast. They don't understand that building muscle is something that is very very slow. And once you do the average, if like most people, oh my scale is not going up, and then they start
Yeah.
eating more until it goes up. But in reality, if the scale goes up averaging 200 grams a week or 200 grams every 2 weeks, that's more than enough. And people don't understand. For natural people, I guess, for natural people. And people just don't understand that. And then they start eating more. Like, you should not be gaining more than like 0.5% of your body weight per week, and you just have to adjust your calories accordingly, and you have to make sure that your training is also good, because it doesn't matter if the weight is going up. If you are not stimulating your muscles, you are getting fat, you are not getting big. So again, this knowledge and making sure everything is on point, it's what most people lack. And also the understanding of losing fat or gaining muscle are very different things in terms of timing. It's very easy to lose fat fast. It's very hard to gain muscle fast. And people confuse the two.
Oh, yeah. So let's say for that same 18, 20-year-old kid, but he's like a thinner frame and he wants to bulk up a little bit. What are like 3, just 3, like natural supplements like that he should prioritize
I,
taking?
I need you one. I tell you one, and that's enough. Get
Okay.
a fucking coach. Spend your money on a coach. I don't
Yeah.
care. There's no supplements. Like, supplement with a coach,
Yeah.
and you will be golden. Because you
Yeah.
spare all of the mistakes, bro. You're
That's right.
sparing all of the mistakes.
Yeah.
When
Because
people ask me what should I supplement with a fucking coach. The price you spend on creatine and multivitamin, like, you don't need to pay a high level coach. There are so many people that already have like the smallest of notions, and they are starting doing online coaching because they are trying to get out there. I
I
have
know,
so
I know.
yeah, I have so many of my clients that are starting to start their businesses, and they are working with me, and I charge quite a lot. So they have the information from me, but they charge less than half of my price. But they
Yeah.
have connections with me. So
Yeah.
if you are smart and if you find a client of somebody that works with a high-end coach, at least you know that they are getting the knowledge that is high knowledge, and you are paying a very low entrance price because they are trying to start a business. And for starting the business, you have to start on lower prices. So you can literally find coaches at 40 euros a month, 50 euros a month. And again, this is your price of your whatever creatine you want.
Yeah. But do you still do any like personal training or is it more
Yeah.
online?
Like, no, personal training, like in person, I don't do
Yeah.
it. I just do
Yeah.
online coaching with a lot of,
Online
like,
coaching.
yeah, I'm with my clients.
And that's the majority of like how you make a living, right?
It's 50-50 with my protein, actually. I do
Oh,
50-50
that
with my protein and clients, yeah.
I was gonna ask you the my protein. It's interesting because most of the Portuguese popular online fitness people, you know, are sponsored by Prozis, right? But you
Yeah,
got the my protein, and I remember my protein like 15 years ago when I was still in Portugal. I used to buy because I have a hard time with the flavored proteins, so I like the unflavored ones. I could take it easier.
yeah.
And they used to sell like 5 kilo bags for 50 euros. It was amazing. But has Prozis ever reached out to you, or it's you gotta
Sure.
continue with my protein and that's it?
Yeah, every year I'm in contact with them quite often, because again, like, I have to keep my doors open.
For
I
sure.
cannot be, because there is a certain limit with my protein. If you see, like, everybody that is with pros is started with my protein, like Bruno Motta, Tiagovski, Juan,
Uh,
Twinder. All of them started with my protein. I don't know if you knew this. Um, but my protein is not from Portugal.
no,
So it
UK,
doesn't have
right?
the, yeah, it's the UK.
Yeah.
So they don't have the budgets or the will to support or invest on a country that does not really buy much. So that's a problem for me, because I sell in Portugal, and my protein as simply as said, like, it struggles to support
Yeah.
Portuguese
The
ambassadors
market.
because we are a very small country. So yeah, sure, like, I have open doors, and at the end of the day, this is a job. I work for my protein. If Prozis gives me a good offer, and I like their products, and if I feel like it's right, and if they treat me right like a person, like, I guess more than only the products, because let's be honest, like, a little bit more quality, a little bit more expensive, less expensive. If a brand knows your value, and treats you right. I think that's the most important thing. And from the moment that I won't feel appreciated enough on a job,
Yeah,
any job, it
you
doesn't
walk
have to
out.
be anything. Yeah, I do have to search somebody that can help me get what I want to go. And if
Yeah,
Pros is telling me, hey, Simão, we are going to help you get to the Olympia and we are going to support you as much as you need. Like, why would I not do that if they are offering me the opportunity and the possibility to go further in life? It's not only it's people say it's about money. Like, yeah, sure, like I'm taking care of my future. And if
for
the
sure,
brand believes in me
for
and
sure.
if Process believes in me, I will believe in them as well because they are supporting me. And again, like a little bit more prices up and down, and the quality is not as like, yeah, it's not going to kill anybody. I'm sorry. It's just they're just supplements.
You're Portuguese and you represent Portugal, but at the same time, you're internationalizing yourself. Making a big account, so you could even reach maybe more of a wider European market.
No, because my algorithm of Instagram and YouTube are very niche. Like Instagram
Yeah.
doesn't really push my content to other countries, to be honest.
Okay, then. So there's a detail there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
also because I talk to Portuguese.
I noticed Mike Israel featured you on a video commenting, and he was very positive about you. How was that?
Yeah, once it was already 2 years or 3 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still a big thing because he has a massive channel on YouTube too and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. We still talk. He answers to my messages whenever
Yeah,
I text him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Did that video that he made about you? Did you notice more following coming in or not
No,
really?
not much. We did a podcast together. I did a podcast with him.
Oh my god, I can't believe when I was prepping for this, I didn't even find it.
Yeah, like it became a big meme. It became a big meme, the podcast, because he
Yeah.
told he told on the podcast that he was the smartest coach alive,
Oh.
and
Yeah,
it became
he's a character. Hey,
it's
he's a
it's
character.
became like it became a huge meme. Like
Yeah.
Greg Doucette.
Yeah, yeah, of course I know
It,
him,
like
yeah.
he uses that clip on like at least 20 or 30% of all of his videos. So most people that watch Greg Doucette sometimes still send me, "Oh, you are on Greg Doucette's video." Like, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
bro. I know it became a meme.
No, it's all good. Greg Doucette is but he also like anyways, they're all you know how it is. It's a competitive area.
It's a business, it's a market, it's social media. Like you have to play the game.
If you could imagine, what what percentage of your audience is Portuguese?
Oh,
Oh,
95%.
it's that much, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, almost everyone. Like maybe a little bit from Brazil, and then you have the immigrants, but the immigrants are from Portugal as well.
But I'm not saying just regular like influencers, but that compete are of a big frame as you like an open competitor. You have probably the biggest account, no?
In Portugal, you mean?
Yeah.
Like as a bodybuilder, I guess yes. As an influencer, no, for sure.
Yeah, I know there's other influencers that have massive ones. But as like I'm thinking, for example, o Garradas,
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
know, they
guess like you have Francisco Suarez. He also has a
uh
very big channel.
yeah, okay. Yeah, man.
Although he's not doing bodybuilding actively anymore, I guess. But even if he does, like his content is very nice still.
Yeah.
You also have
Yeah.
them, the Francisco Macau, but these are more like personal trainers, not bodybuilders anymore.
You know how yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah, with the Francisco Macal, I know. Um, like, so you have a massive following in Portugal, and Portuguese can be very critical of each other. How do you manage the hate? Like, I noticed you posted like how you won that regional competition, and there were already people trying to shit on it. Like, how do
Yeah,
you handle that?
I handle it like that. I use it for views. I do it
Yeah,
for views.
it's good.
It,
You
it
flip it on them. Yeah,
yeah, like I have to use I already talked about this in a couple of videos. There, I receive a lot of negative comments,
yeah,
and I have to be like, of course, they will affect you more or less. Some days,
yeah,
some other
yeah,
days less. If you do a big fuck up, of course, if you know, like, if you know you are in fault, it affects you more because you know deeply it's your fault. Okay, but mostly you have two types of comments. First, the comments that are just talking shit without any knowledge.
yeah,
You're going to die at 30. You should leave this shit because you are being dumb. You don't know what you are talking about. Like there is no rationale or or thinking or like even trying to explain what they are talking about behind it. So once I look at those comments, I can just like it's what can I do? Like they are just talking shit on the internet. That's internet, like
Yeah.
but then there are certain comments that sometimes really make sense, like, "Oh, you should be pay attention to these because these and these are related to that, and you should pay attention to your whatever." Like there are smart people that comment and
Oh yeah, for
criticize me,
sure, for
and
sure.
if I want to be smart and if I want to be open, I will read those comments and I will take away from them what I need, and what I feel like I don't need, then I don't. But I'm always open to receive criticism, and for example, like when I started doing content people told me I was very arrogant and I was talking with a tone of superiority and I thought I was better than everyone. And they were right. I was kind of, I had to look, imagine when so many people tell you, tell something about someone,
Yeah.
then maybe they
There's a
are
little
right.
truth there, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe there is a little truth to that. So if
yeah,
so many people are telling me something, I always have to reflect on that.
yeah,
And when it's informed, again, there are a lot of people telling me I'm going to die at 30 and 20. Like, again, there is a higher risk because of what I'm doing. They're right, but it's not the comments that I'm talking about. But when they are telling me, for example, I receive this criticism and I feel it. Hey, bro, your content is becoming more of the same. You just talk about the same thing because you're always talking about the same shit. I understand. They are right. And I feel that. But it's the content that give me views. It's the one that I talk about steroids. So a lot of times I repeat myself, and I know that I'm repeating myself. And this criticism, yes, it affects me, but for a good way of okay, I have to start changing something. So uh,
to be
criticism that
fair,
what?
no, to be fair though, but sometimes you may make new videos talking about the same thing, but you're possibly reaching new audiences too, so they haven't seen the
That
old
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure, sure. That's why I do it. That's why I do
Yeah,
it because they still get views. If they wouldn't
yeah,
get views,
yeah,
I would not do them at all. But on these videos where I talk about the steroids that I use, like if I tell people the steroids that I use, there are always people that are going to click on it. But I use most of the same steroids. Right now, no. Right now, I'm taking actually very different things than I used to take. But still, people are going to click on it, and the people
yeah.
that really follow me already, the real followers, they'll tell me, "Hey, bro, we already talked about this. It's a little bit repetitive." So I acknowledge those comments as something with value, and the criticism that people want to criticize me. Yeah, like people are going to talk shit. Is the
The
internet, you
worst,
know.
the worst is those guys who are couch potatoes, and then they'll point out, oh, like because sometimes people mention like maybe your chest isn't your strongest point. And then they'll try and point it out. Like, brother, who are you to say that? Like, this guy has an amazing physique. He'll work on it a little bit more. He'll get there. Like,
But the thing is, like they are right. My chest is not as strong as the rest of my body, but
but
they
is
could
that
tell it in the
something?
they could just tell it in a different way. So from the moment that
Yeah,
they tell me like,
arrogant.
yeah, but the people that know me for a while, they
Yeah,
don't tell me that. They tell me, hey, bro, your chest is weak, but it has improved a lot since the last year.
yeah.
So I have
I
to be
noticed on
smart.
the show.
I have to be smart acknowledging the comments because again, if the comment doesn't really make sense, then why would I
Yeah.
listen to it?
No, for sure, for sure. But I noticed on this show, like there was already improvements. It looked good. It was already blending better with your shoulders and arms. Like it was,
I'm
but
I guess I know what I'm doing. I'm trying my
for
best,
sure, for sure.
I know where my flaws are. I know what I have to put my work and I'm trying to do it. If I was not doing it, I would feel bad about those comments. But
Mhm.
because I know I'm trying my absolute best, I don't feel bad.
I always find it funny how the people who want to go in the comment section and critique or shit on people because like in this sport in the open category if you gotta point out someone's on steroids, I mean the joke is on you. Like it's part of the sport. It's the extremist level of that sport. If you have to point it out to make you feel good, the joke is on you. Like it is.
Yeah,
It's like
again,
saying Usain Bolt broke every running record, but he was using high performance running shoes. He wasn't doing it barefoot. Like it's part of the sport, like
again, you have to accept people's ignorances, and that's a fact.
for sure, man. So how long do you think, assuming you get your pro card in the next year or two, How long do you think it'll take for us to see you on an Olympian stage?
Honestly, I don't think I will get there. Like, to be really
No?
honest with you. I don't believe with the level of athletes
What,
that you have nowadays and how the sport is growing that I will be able to qualify. That's my honest opinion. It doesn't mean I won't try my hardest. It
sure.
doesn't mean I won't do all of my work. But like realistically speaking, I have to wait as well. Like you can only know if you do the work. So I
Yes.
cannot be speculating here because it depends on me, like how my physique reacts in the next 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And it then also depends on luck, luck on who shows up on the day, and luck on the
Yeah.
show, and luck on like it depends on a lot of things. But the first thing that it depends on is I have to, because if you look at my natural physique, you would also not say I could look like this today.
No, I know, I
So
know. I
from
saw your
looking
before
at
and after pictures,
yeah,
yeah?
so looking at my physique now, you maybe can also not tell what it's going to look like in 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So I cannot speculate over that. But if I would have to, I would say like it will be very hard for me to qualify to the Mr. Olympia. It doesn't mean I won't try, and it doesn't mean I might surprise myself. You
For
know, like
sure.
I'm not. I'm just doing this again to get big and to enjoy the process. And the moment the process doesn't really make me happy, I promise you, I'll just leave this. You know.
You have your head where you want it, that's it, man. Who who are your like, do you like other professional bodies throughout history? Who would you say are, like, your top 5 favorite bodybuilders? Open category.
I swear to God, I don't have. I'm a horrible bodybuilder because I don't really have this. Like, I don't really watch bodybuilding too much, and for a reason. It's
Yeah?
because of my head. It's because again, like I try not to be on social media because of body dysmorphia. And again, if I watch too much bodybuilding, I just like my head starts to go in a direction of like, why do I do bodybuilding? You know? So in terms of knowledge, I do have one that I really like. It's called John Jewett. And he taught me a lot and he still helps me. But in terms of watching bodybuilders, like I tr- I like the physique of whatever. Yeah, Andrew Jack right now, Samsung is nice, but to be really completely honest, it's not something I'm completely crazy about, you know? It's more about me. I don't want to sound selfish or something like that, but I
Yeah, yeah.
just want to do, I want to do my path, and the more that I look at them, the more body dysmorphia that I get, more like, you know? And again, social media is something that it can be very impactful on your brain and on your mindset and all of this. So if I can just do my thing and I enjoy watching the Mr. Olympia, I enjoy watching the shows. I see it as yeah, it's not a big deal for me. It's not like I love this physique or this bodybuilder. Like I really don't have that. I don't know how to explain it.
Very interesting. Because that's it is what it is. When you're optimal, you're not feeling like shit between one competition and another. When you're optimal, what muscle group do you enjoy working out the most?
I really don't. I really don't enjoy training that much.
No,
I
eh?
just go- yeah, I just go to the gym. I have so many limitations because of my scoliosis in my back.
Yeah.
Really, like most bodybuilders, they just train because it's a job. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
what is your favorite working day? Oh, it's Friday. Why? Because it's
Yeah.
the weekend afterwards.
Yeah, I get it, I get it.
You know, it's like it
But some
becomes a.
people like a certain pump, back in the day, everyone loved chest day,
I can I can tell you like I like having a chest pump because it makes my physique look more balanced. You
Yeah, yeah,
know,
okay.
because my chest is small, so when I have a chest pump, it looks like my physique is normal.
Yes. Like, is there one that's less or it's the same thing? It's just it is what it is. You just go because you gotta go.
Yeah, and like I just go
Yeah.
because I gotta go.
When you're working out, you got a lot of phones on all the time. What type of music are you blasting?
Oh, to be completely honest, like I'm horrible. I just put the top 50 on Spotify, and most of the times I'm just using noise canceling.
So you don't need so you don't need like some guys like hip hop, some guys like metal. You don't need none
No,
of that.
I just need to not listen to what is going around me. You know, like the music is completely irrelevant. It's just like white noise.
Amongst the two types of uh pull or push, is there one that you like better? Do you like the pull exercise or the push exercises better?
I have to say I'm enjoying trying to learn how to train back properly. because
Yeah.
I don't train back like I would like to, and I'm enjoying trying to learn it. Chest,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I already learned a lot. Legs was never a problem for me, but I'm trying to enjoy lately understanding how to train back more effectively.
Mhm. Good stuff, see? Staying humble. You're at such a high level and you're always trying to learn and better yourself. That's what
No,
it's all
I'm
about.
not. I have so many things that I have to work on, and I just have to know that I have to take a step back in order to give a step forward. It is like that.
In the Portuguese influencer scene, you know, there's a lot of
Don't put
guys.
don't
Is
put me
there
on the
anyone you
spot.
like better?
Or if there's none that I like better, I'm going to be honest. I just want to support everyone.
Yeah.
I like a lot of Paul Piedade. Is somebody that like most of the times, not always. I guess it has a good message for the general public. And then I like my normal bodybuilder influencers that put themselves out there in terms of content. When I see people trying to do like YouTube content like Ricardo Brito, like Tuca Bodybuilding, Francisco Barrella, like when I see people putting themselves out there and working, these are the people that I like because they make the community grow and they are just contributing to the community, you know? But I have to be honest, I don't watch a lot of them. I just I'm very on my own thing. Like I'm very isolated from the world, to be honest. I watch more English content right now. Right now I have such a huge problem. I can only watch food content. I'm literally addicted to porn. I'm not
Hey,
joking.
food content is some of the best, man.
Yeah, like I swear to God, it's so bad. But I don't like I watch them like Flisberto, Murcão, não seja Murcão. I like watching these people like sometimes when Bruno Mota does something fitness related
Yeah.
or even Jamie Drake does something calorie related. I like to see those people putting content out there. I'm in favor of all of them. I like all of them. I wouldn't say like there's one favorite. I really support just the fact that Portugal is trying to put content out there. That's very, very nice.
Good stuff. Even though I see some guys sometimes try and shit on you because you're growing, you're outpacing them, but it's good to see that you retribute with love. Good stuff.
Like I would do collabs with anybody. And it doesn't matter the followers. Like I don't know how many followers you have. I don't know where you're going to post this. I will take the time. I will take the time because I appreciate people and I want to make the community grow and I love to do collabs, you know? I love to do collabs. And it doesn't matter if you have 10 followers or 10 million, like why? Like, we are all the same. We are all trying to do the same thing. So if we can grow together, like we should grow together.
Beautiful, beautifully said, man. I share your sentiment. When you're in Germany, what is your number one Portuguese comfort food you miss the most sometimes?
Oh, I'm a bodybuilder, so I don't really have that.
But sometimes there's a certain food growing up or something, you know?
I, I can tell you, but it's not Portuguese. I miss the all amazing all you can eat sushi buffets that we have in Portugal with amazing quality.
I know
We
which
have
ones.
such good fish. I love fish, so yeah, I guess fish, in general fish, but like this all you can eat like good sushi restaurants for like 18 euros or 19 euros with sashimi, like all you can eat, like oh my god, I really miss that a lot. Like you cannot find one of those in Germany. So whenever I go
Yeah,
to Portugal, I just lose my fucking self going to all of the all you can eat sushis in my place. Especially Leiria has so many. Oh my god.
yeah.
I lose myself going there. I have to be really careful with that.
But
So yes.
if you are a fish and seafood fan, then you're absolutely right. In Portugal, you're gonna get the best of it. Like literally, we'll have better seafood than other
Yeah, of
German
course.
and
That's
stuff.
not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cheating, but I just like when I go to Portugal and to Algarve, I just like having like a grilled fish, a robalo,
yeah, yeah.
dorada, whatever.
Yeah,
Like it
I
just
love it. I love it
yeah,
too. Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels amazing. I'm really like that. I like fish and I learned how to like fish more on my older years, but now I know I miss it.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Hey, this was a pleasure, man. Where can people say someone's tuning in and they find you interesting? They like what everything you're about. They look you up. Where should they like look for you to ask for you to coach them?
It's my Instagram, Simão Coach. Simão Coach is my Instagram that I use
For
more
sure, I'm
in
gonna
English
tag
if you
both
want.
channels on it for sure. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, sure. Like you can just write me on Instagram if you want to be coached, and don't forget to use the code MPSIMA on my protein
All right,
for
brother.
helping me out.
I gotta tell you, man, this was a blast. I've been following you for a while. I like your energy you bring. Obviously, in Portuguese is your native language. When you do the videos, you have that high energy. Some people may think it's too much. Like other people do it. Why not us too? Like I like it. I appreciate it, and I think you're building something nice, man. I wish all the best for you. I hope you get your pro card, and you know, I hope you take it as far as you can take it. Obviously, everyone dreams of the Olympian stage, but hey, at the same time, if in the process you think you're this isn't for you anymore, whatever you do, I hope you all the success in life.
Thank you so much, man. For real, that means a lot. And sorry for my energy again.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
completely
Hey, you're prepping between one competition and another. I know you guys are drained, man. I know
yeah.
there's
And I just
zero
trained.
energy.
I just came back from my training. So after the training is my lowest energy of the day because I'm just coming down, trying to get
It's
ready
all good, brother.
to my
It's all
last
good.
meeting.
This is about uplifting, and I just, just try to share like our stories from all over the place. You're in Germany, you're doing big things in bodybuilding, you're Portuguese audience, whatever. I'm just trying to build bridges and connect us, build like one big happy Portugalidad.
I found that amazing, man. For real, I really like the concept.
All right, thank you, brother. Have a good one, eh?
Thank you. Ciao, ciao, guys.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and hit that like button below. Obrigado e até a próxima.